Hello, I'm Alexandra Bard and welcome to Your Natural Beauty, where we are always looking for new and innovative skincare products to help women feel better about the way they look in a safe and natural way. On today's show, we will be meeting an internationally renowned beauty expert who says that many of the most visible signs of aging can be corrected through one basic technique. According to this expert, who also happens to be one of the top plastic surgeons in the world, the secret is exfoliation. The most effective exfoliation has traditionally been available only at a doctor's office using lasers or harsh acids. You know, the ones that leave you looking like you took some sandpaper to your face and then require days, sometimes even weeks of recuperation. But when it's all finished, you're left with a brand new healthy layer of beautiful baby soft skin. Plus, you're stimulating and regenerating the elastin and collagen beneath the skin that can help lift your sagging face and fill out those lines and wrinkles that make you look so much older than you really are. So, deep exfoliation good? Pain, discomfort, and recuperation, not so good. An amazing result, but at a cost both physically and financially. Most women are not willing to pay it. That's why I was excited to come across a new at-home treatment developed by our guest today. It can give you that deep exfoliation you get from an office peel, but without the same pain or redness, and it has virtually no recovery time. This product is called Aloe-based, and it uses purified and concentrated aloe vera to reduce all of those horrible side effects of these office procedures. It's the aloe that makes it safe enough to use every day. On today's show, you will learn the secret to this amazing product and an exciting new aloe-based skincare system called Lexli that's only recently become available outside of a dermatologist's office. So stick around, we've got all that plus more skincare secrets today on Your Natural Beauty. Joining us now is Dr. Abdullah, a board-certified plastic surgeon who has helped the rich and famous through his offices in both the United States and Dubai. Dr. Abdullah has been promoting simple skincare for over 20 years through his clinics, his exclusive line of skincare products, and his new book entitled Simple Skincare, Beautiful Skin, a back-to-basics approach. This has been getting amazing reviews, especially within the medical community, as you can see here. Welcome, Dr. Abdullah. Now, everyone calls you Dr. A. Do you mind if I do so as well?
Please call me Dr. A.
Our show, it's dedicated to simple skincare, which I've noticed is also the title of your book.
It is. Simple skincare. That's what we're here to talk about today. And simple skincare simply means using the fewest products to get the best results.
So in your experience, have you found that women generally understand what they should be looking for when choosing a skincare system?
Great question. You know, I truly think they know where they'd like to be, but they have no idea how to get there. And you know, there's hundreds of thousands of products out there that promise you the moon, but most of them are Band-Aids. They don't fix the problem. All they're doing is covering up or camouflaging the problem temporarily. And that's what we want to avoid. In 20 years of taking care of surgical patients, I've been asking them, you know, what kind of skin would you like to have? And I hear the same words over and over again. Soft, smooth skin with fewer blemishes, nice complexion, good tone. And wouldn't you always love to have skin like that?
Yes, please. I mean, where do I sign up?
Alex, what you're looking for, what any woman is looking for, is healthy skin. Beautiful skin is a manifestation of healthy skin. So here's my first tip of the day. If your skin is healthy, it's going to be beautiful.
So what exactly does healthy skin look like?
Well, let me give you an example. Here's an example of healthy skin. We're all born like that, and he's cute and has got beautiful skin. And that's what we want to try to get back to. The reality is we can't get back to that. There's no magic potion out there that's going to get us back to the skin of our youth. But we can get a lot closer with the products that are available today and with a lot less money.
And the secret is?
The secret is really no secret at all. It's exfoliation.
Wow, that is not a very sexy secret.
That's exactly the point. It's not a sexy secret, and that's why most women don't take it very seriously. Exfoliation is something so basic that most women tend to ignore it.
I most definitely am guilty of that.
Today we're going to teach you that ignoring something as basic as exfoliation will lead to a bad complexion, will lead to wrinkles and not healthy skin. Here's a picture of our normal skin. As you can see, it's well organized, it's got nice smooth layers. The new skin cells are produced and start at the bottom and slowly migrate upwards to the top layer where there's dead cells that are sloughing off regularly. This process takes about 30 days and keeps our skin in perfect balance. Healthy skin is capable of properly exfoliating on its own. It repairs the damage and helps create the physical benefits that most women want. Smooth texture, even tone, no pigmentation, no redness, and minimal lines and wrinkles.
So that's what you get with healthy skin, but what about skin that's not so healthy?
Well, let's give it to you really simply. Basically, the skin is genetically predetermined how thick it's going to be. You know, the eyelids are thinner skin than the soles of the feet. Wouldn't look great to have the opposite, would it? So here's how it works. The skin is predetermined to be this thick, okay? You've got a thin dead layer and a thick healthy layer. Great. But what happens over time if we don't exfoliate is the dead layer starts thickening up. And so obviously the dermis has to compensate and become thin. And that's unhealthy skin because now your dermis, where all the money is of the skin, is not very healthy and the dead layer is thicker.
So on a woman's face, how would these symptoms start to show?
You start seeing crow's feet, wrinkles, laugh lines, skin blemishes. This is how it manifests itself.
So an everyday cleanser isn't enough?
No, it's not. And here's the reason why. Cleansers are made to clean the skin, literally, clean the surface of the skin, which means they can get rid of the grime, the oils, the dirt that builds up, and that's great. But they're not going to go and actually break the dead skin cells that are stuck on and remove them. For that, you need exfoliation. So that's really the next step in deep cleansing, if you may. And regular cleansers will not do that.
So, what are some of the best ways to exfoliate?
Alex, actually, there's only two ways to exfoliate. There's a mechanical way in which you actually scrape off the dead skin cells, and then there's the chemical way in which you use a chemical to dissolve off the dead skin cells. The mechanical way of exfoliation includes things like lasers and dermabrasion, microdermabrasion, in which you're actually scrubbing off the skin cells. Here, let me show you. This is your face, and this is steel wool. And when I rub this on here, as you can see, I'm exfoliating. Pretty harsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that is exactly what mechanical exfoliation is rubbing off those dead skin cells. You've heard the words gentle exfoliation? Well, gentle exfoliation is an oxymoron. Notice, I'm not being gentle, but I'm exfoliating.
Yeah,
if I was being gentle, I would not be exfoliating. The second way to exfoliate is chemically. And the chemical that works on exfoliation is acids. Basically, acids attack the keratin layer, and they dissolve the dead skin cells and slough them off. The problem is, there's a lot of other damage that goes because acids burn.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you an example of a fire. There's a fire in your house. Who do you call? You call the fire brigade. The fire brigade comes and puts out the fire. Great, very efficient, works very nicely. Except you look around and you find the collateral damage. The hoses that tore up your rose garden,
Yeah.
your yard is destroyed, and that's the problem. It's the same thing that happens with acid exfoliation. It's very effective in what it's trying to do, but the collateral damage is very significant.
So are you saying that if you want to have firm, soft, beautiful skin, you're going to have to pay the price in some way?
You know, that certainly used to be the case. I mean, I used to hear it from my surgical patients all the time. They had terrible post-surgical inflammation and irritation, and I thought, you know, there's got to be a better way. The challenge to me was to create an exfoliating product that would be effective and wouldn't cause the redness and inflammation and irritation. The problem was, if you put too much acid, you get the burn. And if you don't put enough acid, then you are ineffective at actually getting rid of the skin cells. So then I had a thought. What if you could use a stronger acid, but take away the inflammation, redness, and irritation? And I figured out that you could if you used aloe vera, which is one of the strongest anti-inflammatories in nature out there.
I want to mention at this time that Dr. A is an internationally recognized aloe researcher who is considered an expert on the restorative and medicinal effects of the aloe vera plant.
I saw this in my surgical patients, the healing powers of aloe after their surgeries where you took away the redness and burn. So I combined purified, concentrated aloe with professional strength glycolic acid to make a product that they could safely use at home to exfoliate without having the negative side effects. And that resulted in this. This is aloe-Glycee. It's unique that it exfoliates without the burn. So very soon, my patients were telling their friends about the aloe-Glycee product, and we had women coming to the front door wanting to buy this product, which was not for sale, but they wanted that special cream from Dr. A. Aloe-Glycee is part of my Lexlie Skincare line, which features all aloe-based skincare products.
We actually got in touch with several women who've used the aloe-Glycee as part of their Lexli skincare treatment. We asked for their honest, unfiltered opinions on how Lexli has helped their skin.
I don't think I've ever had my skin feel this wonderful. The aloe-Glycee that does the majority of the work made my skin soft to begin with. And then when I put the moisturizers on top of that, it just soaked it right in, and my skin just responded beautifully.
The aloe-Glycee, I have to say, is sort of a little magic in a bottle. I have done different things where you use it for exfoliating and things like that, but the one thing I didn't know about the particular product and having sensitive skin, that it actually makes my skin less sensitive, and that was really important.
I call the aloe-Glycee actually the green goody stuff because to me that's where all the magic is. As soon as I put that part of the system on, I can actually feel it working. I can feel the tingle, and to me, I know that my skin is loving whatever is in that jar.
So we spoke earlier about the healing benefits of the aloe vera plant, which of course is one of the main ingredients in the Lexli skincare system. So can you tell us why this plant is so amazing and has such an incredible ability to reduce irritation and inflammation?
Aloe is one of the most studied natural plants out there. Its benefits are extensive. For example, when applied to tissues, it penetrates so well that it actually carries other nutrients and vitamins in with it. It's got properties that are helpful in pain relief. Of course, the antibiotic properties are phenomenal. And what we're talking about here today is anti-inflammation. Aloe is one of the most potent anti-inflammatories. And when you think about skin problems, most skin problems are caused by inflammation. Psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, sunburn, acne. These are all caused by inflammation. So if you can reduce the inflammation, you can reduce the symptoms of these problems very nicely.
I see aloe vera products in the drugstore all the time. Now, how effective are these products?
You know, Alex, not all aloe products are created equal. In fact, most of them are not very effective. If you look at some of the over-the-counter aloe products, most of them contain water. If the first ingredient is not aloe, there's not enough aloe in them to be effective. Secondly, the quality of aloe in these products is very important. The way it's harvested or the way it's processed can make a difference to the quality. So for Lexli, I make sure that I only use the highest grade aloe that has been purified and concentrated to give the maximal results possible. In a short 2 weeks after women start using it, they start noticing great differences. And of course, you keep using it, the results are going to get even better.
I absolutely believe that simple skincare solutions based on legitimate science are the ones that always work best.
That's correct.
The best proof is from women who are actually using the Lexli system themselves. They are the ones seeing the difference every day.
Once I started using Lexli, I saw changes almost immediately. As soon as I started, well, first of all, the cleanser is amazing. My skin felt fresher and cleaner than it's ever felt. And then when I started using the glycolic C and the moisturizer, my skin almost immediately had a healthier glow. And then over time, I got rid of a lot of the red acne that I had here. Fine lines disappeared on my forehead. I had a healthier glow. So I saw changes immediately, and then they continued to affect my skin till now I feel like it looks great.
I noticed that my skin also felt better. It didn't feel oily. It felt moisturized, but not in a greasy way. And I noticed that my fine lines were disappearing. And I saw my face brightening and not looking as dull as it used to.
Before using the Lexli product, I would always have foundation on my face, even when I went to the grocery store and when I went to the ranch to ride my horse. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's just the way I was. I got used to using it, and it was such a relief to start using Lexli and see the results in my face so that I didn't have to wear the foundation.
So, doctor, if I'm understanding this correctly, the aloe-Glycee is providing similar benefits to an office peel, but because it's spread out over 30 days, it doesn't have all of these horrible side effects. And the aloe is reducing any inflammation as well as helping the skin to soothe and regenerate faster.
That's correct. And remember, Alex, that exfoliation is useful in other areas of the body too. The elbows, the heels, even the chest and neck area. Anywhere there's skin damage that's evident, there's persistent dry skin, and even acne breakouts.
So aloe-glycine can be used on other areas of the body too.
That's correct.
Now, doctor, we've talked about the aloe-glycine, but that's not the only product in the Lexli system. So why don't you take us through each of them and why they're so important?
I try to make skincare as simple as possible because if it's simple, people and women will use it. Otherwise, nobody does it for any length of time. It's 4 steps. Cleansing is number 1. Of course, you have to have a good cleanser to get all the oils and grimes and build up on the skin. But a lot of cleansers out there are not very effective, or they're harsh. And sometimes you have to use multiple cleansers to do one thing. I've designed the Lexli cleanser as a neutral cleanser that's good for not just facial skin, but for the rest of the body too. The second important step, as we know, is exfoliation. And in Lexli, we are unique because we have the only exfoliant, which I have a patent on, that is available to exfoliate without burning. Number 3 is moisturizing. We all know the importance of moisturizers. And there's lots of moisturizers out there. The Lexli moisturizers are designed to do exactly what a moisturizer does. And do you know what that is? What moisturizers don't do is they don't drive water into the skin. Moisturizers prevent evaporation of water and preserve the internal humidity in the skin.
I did not know that.
And so that's what makes Lexli moisturizers unique, is that they're designed exactly to do that, and they're based in aloe vera. And with aloe-based, they also are anti-inflammatory. So it's a double purpose that does soothing as well as containing the moisture in the skin. And of course, the 4th step is very important, is protection. If we're not going to protect the skin, then why do anything else, right? So protection really is from ultraviolet light. An SPF 15 is really all you need, but it has to be used consistently and regularly. I've actually incorporated it into the moisturizer, so it's a 1-step process.
You refer to the pH balance of the Lexli system. Why is that important?
First, what is pH? pH is a scale. The pH runs from 1 to 14, 7 being neutral. And as you get lower in the numbers, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you get more and more acid. But every click is 10 times more acid. So 5 is 10 times more acid than 6, 4 is 10 times more than 5, and so on. So that's important to understand. What happens in exfoliation is you need enough acid to exfoliate, which means we can measure how much acid we have in our product by the pH. Now, neutral pH is 7, like water. The skin is actually slightly acidic. Its pH is 6.5. Okay? So you need something less than 6.5 if you're going to be able to exfoliate the skin. Over-the-counter products have a pH usually of around 4 to 5, which is obviously 10 times stronger than skin, but that's not very much, and so they're not as effective as we'd like them to be. Then we get into prescription strength products. Prescription strength products have a pH somewhere between 3 and 4, so more effective, yet they could be a lot stronger, because if you look at peels that you do in physicians' offices, those have a pH of 2 or less. The problem is that much acid now starts to burn. Now, the Lexli aloe-glycine is designed to have an effective pH of around 2 to 2.5. That's about as strong as an office peel. But because of the aloe, you can do this without the burn. And best of all, Lexli is safe enough to use at home every single day.
Now, doctor, I would like to share another story with you about a woman that we interviewed who experienced a benefit with Lexli that she was not expecting.
Using the Lexie products, I actually found, benefits that I didn't even anticipate. Growing up in Iowa, I think that, you're not really as, conscious of things going on with your skin and the beauty products that are out there and stuff. So I'm very much a soap and water girl, absolutely. But as I've got older, I've noticed, a lot more dryness and the fine lines, and I think the stress from, having little kids doesn't help. When I started using the Lexli products and using the moisturizer and using the exfoliants and the cleanser and becoming a sunscreen person on a more regular basis on my face, I found that all of those started to diminish. The fine lines were almost, to me, they were negligible, especially with the smallest amount of makeup. My fine lines weren't even noticeable. The dark spots that I had in the problem areas, like my cheeks, just started to kind of disappear and lighten up, which was huge for me. And then the the big of all was the pores. Within probably the first 3 weeks, I would say, of using the Lexie products, I found that they started to diminish and become smaller. And then there's some areas where I can't even really tell where my pores are anymore.
Dr. A, let's discuss some of the specific signs of aging that a deep exfoliation can help reduce and sometimes even eliminate altogether.
There are many benefits of exfoliation for women with skin problems such as hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, skin tone and texture issues. What's really exciting is that Lexli is very beneficial in reducing the signs and symptoms of acne, even adult acne.
In fact, did you know that 40% of women suffer from some form of adult acne? For one adult acne sufferer, Lexli finally offered her the hope she had long been looking for.
I struggled with acne since since I can remember, for probably the past 15 years of my life, and always putting makeup on, concealer and everything like that. After probably using Lexli for a month, I was able to just put a little bit of concealer on the problem areas and leave the house feeling confident and like a new person almost. I don't think I can put it in words, and that's how great I feel. It almost makes me tear up a little bit when I think about what I used to have. It's a great feeling now. Before Lexli, I would have never been able to say that I loved my skin. It was one of the things, that I hated about myself, and now it's something that I'm starting to love about myself. So it's pretty great.
Doctor, do you have any final words for our viewers?
Alex, what I'd like to say is there are many skincare products out there, including Lexli. What I tell women is do your research, check the ingredients, find the regimen that will work for you. And once you find it, the only way you can get maximum benefit from it is to keep on using it.
Remember, ladies, our face is our calling card. It's the first impression we make. It's the way we present ourselves to the world, and for better or worse, it's how we are judged every day. Having beautiful skin not only affects how you look on the outside, but it deeply affects how you feel on the inside as well. If you're looking for a simple, at-home beauty treatment that can renew your entire complexion in just 30 days, I really recommend that you give the Lexli aloe-based skincare system a try. I have never before seen a beauty product, either over the counter, by prescription, or in a doctor's office, that can rejuvenate your skin without the horrific pain, the inflammation, or the downtime of a professional office peel. Thank you again to Dr. Abdullah for joining us on Your Natural Beauty, and for introducing all of us to simple and effective ways for women to have healthy, beautiful skin that they could previously only get through professional treatments. So as we leave you today, here are some additional comments from other women who've used the Lexli Skincare system. I'm Alexandra Bard, and we will see you next time on Your Natural Beauty.
There's a great confidence that comes from having younger looking skin. When I tell people I'm 47, their mouth almost drops, and that's the biggest compliment I can get.
The best thing about Lexli, I would say, are two things: the natural ingredients, including the aloe, and the ease of the program. It's 1, 2, 3. You wash it, you exfoliate, you put on the moisturizer, and you're done.
You have to try Lexli. Just give it a shot, because you'll see dramatic improvement in your skin. You'll stop wearing base makeup that'll save you a ton of money, and you'll just be surprised with the simplicity of its use.
If someone would have asked me 3 or 4 months ago, do you love your skin? I would have said, I used to love my skin, but not so much anymore. And I don't like that it's always red and blotchy, and I feel old, and I feel like I look old, and I don't feel like that anymore.
I'm beginning to love my skin more and more, because I finally have found something that is working and giving me the result that I'm looking for. And Lexli's it's been great. It's delivered on its promise.